All right, it's the Terry Sullivan Show. Today's guest, owner of Old Town Barbershop, Heather Robb. Now the man who makes me understand why some animals eat their young, it's Terry Sullivan.
Okay, here's the deal.
Okay.
I realize because this is the first show that, that you've stood up to play, and I just realized how much more energy you have standing and playing. So what I'm going to need over the past 30 shows, I'm gonna need that money back.
What money?
Yeah, because you did much better today.
Oh, shucks.
Did you think of that yourself? And by the way, that little remark you just made, that one-liner of coming in and all that, that's got to go. That's got to go.
Was I getting cut in the edit?
That's going to get cut in the edit. You know why?
Why?
Because it's so true.
You doing all right?
I'm good, buddy. You know, life could not be better. I have nothing to complain about. I wish I did, though, because I do miss it.
Well, give it till the end of the day.
How's your life?
Great, fantastic.
You're looking good.
Thank you.
Well, you're looking all right. I've seen much better. Okay. You know, you working hard?
Very hard.
Playing a lot?
A lot. Had a really long weekend.
Oh.
Lots of playing, lots of good fun.
How's the wife doing?
She's doing great. She's making a living right now.
How long?
Somebody has to do it.
Yeah. You knew I was going there, didn't you?
I totally did. Yeah.
How long have you been married to that woman?
We're about to celebrate 11 years.
11 years she has supported you.
11 years she's put up with me.
11 years she has said, you just go play and have fun. I'll make the living.
She's awesome.
I'm going to tell you right now, one thing I know about Paula is if something ever happens to her, you'll be homeless the next day.
You know it. Absolutely.
Don't be coming to my door either because I don't have another bedroom.
Figures.
It's good to see you, buddy. So, hey, it's always good to see you.
Hey, you too, man.
I got Heather Robb with me today. Heather owns Old Town Barbershop in Old Town Lewisville, right there on Main Street. Heather, it's so good to have you today.
Thank you.
You okay?
I'm good.
Your hair looks good.
Thank you.
Yeah. How early did you get up this morning?
Not too early. Just got the kid ready.
Yeah.
And then got myself ready.
Yeah. I got a lot of questions about this hairstyling business because I've had some real doozy experiences through the year. You can tell Terry has too because he never looks right. You may want to get a hold of his hair sometime. So that'd be a challenge right there. That would test your talent. So let me ask you a question. How long have you been cutting hair?
We're coming up to 17 years.
17 years, and you've been at a lot of different shops, yeah. And then you opened your own business in Old Town Lewisville on Main Street. What brought you to Old Town?
Well, I've lived here my whole life, and I've always loved that area, and knowing that they're kind of revamping it and bringing in more, family-owned businesses is definitely where I wanted to put it. So
you saw all the building, the construction going on in Old Town, and all the people coming in, and you said that's where I'm going to be. Is this your first? Now you own a barbershop. Now there's a difference between a stylist shop. You're going to have to help me here because I'm real dumb. I don't need any comments from that section over there. I don't know the difference between cosmetology, hairstyling, barbershop. So first of all, let's talk about the difference between a barbershop, because you own a barbershop, which by and large is meant for men. So what's the difference between a barbershop and a hairstylist shop?
I mean, there's not too much. I think the only difference is we do shaves. I mean, we can do color, facials, anything like that.
So, but do you do women as well?
Not right now. You know, we're starting off simple,
Yeah.
making sure we're doing the right services, and then later on, if we get a little bigger, then we can add more stuff.
Yeah. So is it the same education? I mean, whether you go to, what's the difference between hairstyling and cosmetology?
Cosmetology, you know, you're learning a little bit about everything, the skin, makeup, coloring, nails, and then just enough to get you to pass your test to get in somewhere. Barbering is going to be definitely a lot more just cutting hair and using clippers and shaves.
Yeah, and you like that. You like that end of it.
I do.
Yeah. You like, so in a barbershop, I guess you know just about every style there is for a man, right? Or is it pretty simple? Is it just about leveling and making everything? Tell me about that.
I like how, like, where do I start and end on a haircut?
Yeah.
I do have a spot where I like to start end to end, so I'm always knowing where I'm at in the haircut.
Can you look at a guy, when a guy comes in your door, Heather, can you just look and say, oh, I got this. I don't even have to ask you what you want. I can see how you wear it.
Sometimes, depending on how long it's been since they've gotten a haircut.
When I came to your shop the other day, did you look at me and go, well, that's a challenge right there?
No.
No. You did a great job on my hair.
Oh, thank you.
And it's kind of, it's sometimes, or at least in my experience, because I have gone to shops before that were my first time, and it didn't turn out too well. You know, sometimes it takes a barber or a hairstylist several cuts before they kind of learn the hair, I guess. Am I right?
Yeah.
So, but I came to your shop a few days ago, and I said, okay, let's see. People ask me, okay, well, how was the cut? But I don't know until I get up the next morning and I wash it and style it and see if it does right, you know. And it was perfect. I said, that's my new barber right there. So you did a great job, and I appreciate it.
Thank you.
So you're open to shop in Old Town. How long ago?
It's been a little over a month now.
How's it going?
It's okay. You know, some days are very slow and some days very busy. So our name's getting out there.
What's your biggest challenge right now?
Probably getting people in the door.
Are you the only barber there?
I'm the only one right now. I'm having lots of trouble finding one.
Is it because you're new?
Yes, probably. You know, they don't see a lot of people coming in, and people need to make a living. So right now, you know, you're only doing 5 haircuts a day. That's not a living.
But at the same time, you as an owner, you want to attract barbers that kind of bring their own book, right? And that's difficult?
Yeah, it can be. I mean, knowing that you're not getting a lot of walk-ins already, so they're not going to be getting new clients.
You said something to me the other day that kind of made my mind going. You said it's not hard to find people without a license.
Yes.
And so my question is are there shops out there that will allow somebody to come cut who do not have a license? Why would they do that?
Just to fill a chair and bring money in.
Why would somebody not go and get their license if that's the career they have chosen?
Well, I mean, there could be a lot of different things. Just not having the money, not being able to get the finances, probably the biggest one.
Are you glad you opened this shop?
I am.
Are you?
I love it.
Are you living your dream?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of, you know, when you open up a new shop, no matter what it is, whether it's food or electronics or a barbershop, it doesn't matter what it is, there's always challenges that you don't know. You don't know until you get in there, especially if you're a first business owner. It's hard to think about the challenges that you don't know are going to be there. So your challenge is getting people in the door. And of course, you have to be excited about all these new apartments coming in to Old Town, because that's going to generate foot traffic and obviously people coming in your door. So where would you like to be in 6 months from now?
Oh, hopefully busy every day. And hopefully some more barbers.
Yeah. Is it getting busier?
I feel like it is. A lot of people that have been coming in, they're coming in again. So that makes me very happy that they like the service and the haircut.
That's because you do a good job.
Oh, thank you.
You do a good job. You're a wonderful barber. And I hear people that come in the restaurant who talk about it. They talk about the new shop, and it seems like it takes a minute. It takes a minute for the ball to start rolling, people have to understand that it's there, and then they have to try it, and all that takes time. So I've always said in business, when you're a new business owner or a veteran business owner, you got to hang out to the time. The time is on your side. The longer you're there, the better it goes and the more it works. But it takes a minute for people they have to hear about it, and then they have to arrange their schedules to try it out. You have a son, a 9-year-old son.
Yes.
What is his name?
His name is Caden.
Caden. Does he like the shop?
I guess. He comes up sometimes. He's supposed to be working, but he likes to stay home and play on his Oculus.
Well, he's a 9-year-old, right? Right. So you don't make him work for food?
Oh, he already told me that he gets $4 an hour. It was supposed to be 20, but I told him that was too much.
You tell him I'll pay him $4 an hour. Yeah.
He'll come sweep for you.
I'm going to work him though. So your parents, where do your parents live?
They're over in Corinth right now.
In Corinth. And so were you born in Lewisville? Right down here at the medical center?
I was.
Woo! And your parents are you close to your parents?
Oh, very close. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have anything right now if it wasn't for them.
Yeah. What's your best childhood memory? Let's talk about you for a second.
You know, there's a picture that's in my mom's room that I always see, and it's me in a colorful bathing suit on Easter, and I have my basket and all my Easter eggs, going out in the backyard and picking them all up, having my big brothers help me out.
Do you still do that? You know,
I do that with my son, yes, definitely.
In my life, there's still things that my mother makes my sister and I do that we did when we were kids. And every time we do it, we don't, Mom, we're a little older now, and so she says, no, we got to do this, we got to do this. Is that the same? Have you carried on traditions with Caden?
Yeah, I mean, I try to go out to things that have Easter stuff, but they're always on Saturdays, and I'm always working.
Yeah.
So they don't tend to have as much stuff on Sundays anymore, so we just do it at home. But he loves it.
Yeah. Are you close to your dad?
Oh, yes, very much.
What's the one thing your dad taught you growing up that you use today in business?
Probably giving more than receiving.
Giving more than receiving. You know, that's a good principle right there. You know, my dad always taught me the same thing. He said, son, before you receive, you're going to have to give. It's just kind of the way the world works, you know. The Bible calls it sowing and reaping. The world calls it what goes around comes around, or karma, right? It's the same principle, though. Who's the most influential person in your life between your mom and your dad? If you have a situation and you got to choose one of them for advice, who do you go to?
Oh, my mom, definitely.
Your mom?
Oh, yeah, I call her every day. Yeah.
I do the same thing. And you know, if I don't call my mom, she's calling to find out why I'm not calling.
Oh, that's funny, because I do that to her.
What's the funniest thing, as a barber, 17 years, what's the funniest thing that's ever happened to you cutting hair?
Oh, I don't know. There was one time we had the door open, and I'm in the middle of cutting, and a bee stings me. And I'm just going, get it out, get it out, get it out. And my customer was just freaking out because he was allergic to bees, so he gets up and starts stomping it. Yeah, so that was pretty funny.
But at least you didn't go like that.
Yeah, I didn't cut anyone, thankfully, especially myself.
Have you ever cut anybody? I mean, obviously,
no,
evidently.
not really. No, not really bad. I mean, you do shaves, and of course you're going to get nicks and stuff like that. You know, you got moles and that kind of stuff.
Have you ever had a customer sitting in your chair and he's just irritating you and you want to cut him?
Many times.
Was I one of them?
No, definitely
I was
not.
nice, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You were very quiet.
Well, I was enjoying the haircut, and you know what I was enjoying was the hot shaving cream on the neck and the shave. I could have sat there for a few hours and paid for it. Have you ever had that, Terry?
Yes.
Isn't that awesome? Where they put the hot shaving cream on your neck and then they shave you like that?
Yes, sir.
I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to come every morning and do that. I'm going to say, just put the hot shaving cream on me and go to town, because that was really. You know what else I like, Terry, is she shampooed my hair. And,
finally.
You know, let me talk to Heather. You're impossible to talk to. That's why Paula's going to counseling, by the way. Heather, so you shampooed my hair, and you put this hot rag on my face that just felt incredible. I thought I could just sit here and do this for a while. What is that for?
Exactly what you just said.
It's for
Just to feel good. Makes you feel good. Mm-hmm.
It was absolutely phenomenal. All right, so here's my story, okay? I had to travel one time on a trip, but I needed a haircut. I was going to a board meeting, and I needed a haircut. So I had to go to places I didn't even know, right? So I go to this place to get my hair cut, and I realized not too far into the cut that this is a new girl cutting hair.
Oh, no.
So she's cutting my hair. I got this board meeting that afternoon, and she's cutting my hair, and I notice that she's cutting it way shorter than I want. Mm-hmm. So this is what I said. This is a true story. God strike me dead if I'm lying. I said, ma'am, it's really short. And this is what she said. She said, oh, it'll grow back. She had to know that I was out of town or something. Mm-hmm. I said, what did you just say? She said, it'll grow back. Like, this is my first day. I'm doing good. Hey, you're doing good. Don't worry about it. If I don't do it right, it'll grow back. You ever said that?
Probably. Yeah.
You may be the girl I went to.
No. Well, if it was out of town, then definitely not.
So, let me ask you this. Over the span of your career, over 17 years, in the barber business, have you always been a barber? Mm-hmm. In the barbering business, what's the greatest lesson that you've learned?
Greatest lesson is always watching. Always watch the people around you. You know, you can always learn new techniques. Just try it out and see if it works. If it doesn't, then stick it on the back burner. I think that's one good thing going shop to shop. You find people that are really good, and you find things that they do and really take on and just make it your own.
Is barbering a continual education?
Oh, definitely, yes. There's always new styles, always.
So over the last 17 years, have you seen styles go out and then come back?
Oh yeah, when I first started, the biggest style was the spiky, boy band hair with the highlights and the glue. It's not moving. You can't brush it out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So when you go to other shops, so you watch other barbers to see their style of cutting, mm-hmm. and you learn from that.
Oh yeah.
How often do you go back to school?
Well, we have, as a cosmetologist, they have to do continuing education for 4 hours. I don't really go and do any kind of cutting or anything. The only thing that I like to look for is any new sanitation that we need to do to make sure I'm keeping everyone safe and using my tools correctly.
What is your goal for your shop? What would you like to? The big picture, not the daily operational details, but if you could say this is where I would like for my shop to be in 2 years, what would that be? I know that's a little difficult question, but
I would say I just want people to come in and feel safe and feel like they can be themselves in the shop. Have kids come in and feel safe, because I know kids can be a very big thing when they're going in. So it's very scary for them.
Yeah.
So I have my little kids corner.
Yeah.
They can go over there and play, and especially when the parents come in, they don't have to be on top of the kids all the time.
Yeah.
It's a safe spot to really relax.
Do you like cutting kids' hair?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
It can be a challenge. I have been thrown up on before by a kid. So.
Well, that had to be an exciting day for you.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think when I came in the other day, there were kids in the chair. Were there?
Yes,
yeah.
That was his first haircut. He was
no
so cute.
Kidding.
Yeah, he came in and he's like, he wanted me to hold him right off the bat, and I haven't held a baby in like 10 years. It was so wiggly.
and you don't want to hold them too often.
Me? No.
All right. So here, does a hairstylist or does a barber, do you feel obligated to carry on conversations with your customers?
Oh yes, definitely.
You do.
I mean, you can always, I think one thing is you learn about body language. So if you know that they're having a bad day and they really don't want to talk, then just don't. Let them listen to the music and just relax. But there's, especially like my regulars, you know, as soon as they sit down in the chair, they just say all their problems, you know. I have a lot of those that do that.
Why do people feel like that they can just share their life with their hairstylist or their barber?
It's therapy.
It's therapy.
I mean, they tell me theirs and I tell them mine. You know,
kidding.
we're friends.
Well, I would never do that. I would never do that because I know you have customers coming in all the time. And I'm thinking, well, no, I ain't gonna tell her that. She may tell the next guy. So.
Oh no, definitely not. Mm-mm.
Yes.
That's a big no-no in my book.
So when I was sitting in your chair the other day and you said I was quiet, were you trying to think of a conversation, or were you? Or what were you thinking?
I mean, I have certain questions that I do ask a lot of people, like I asked you about if you had kids. So it's always a big thing. I try to think of things that we can relate on so we can talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What do you think about, now you've lived here all your life, so what do you think about all the revitalization of Old Town?
I love, if we're gonna have more small businesses, I really love that. I can see the pros and cons of the apartments, especially for the schools and a lot busier roads down this way.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm very excited that hopefully the festivals get even bigger.
Yes.
That's what I hope.
Yeah.
Especially like Western Days. I want all the festivals to be that big.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a big one for sure. I think Colorpalooza is pretty big, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
If I had your mother on the phone right now, what is a funny story she would tell me about you?
Oh, I have no idea. You should probably call my brother.
How many brothers do you have?
I have two.
Two brothers? So are they older or younger?
Both older.
So did you get beat up a lot?
Oh no. Oh no, they were my protectors.
Did you beat up a lot?
No, no, I was the quiet one in the corner.
So do your brothers live close?
Yep, they're both in Flower Mound.
Do they come get their hair cut?
Now that I'm there 6 days a week, my one brother does come in because he always says he needs a haircut when I'm not working. So he comes in now, and the other one just shaves his head.
So as a new business owner, and this is a really cool question, as a new business owner, what's the biggest thing that you did not anticipate? I mean, you have a beautiful shop. I mean, it really is. It's really nice, and I really felt comfortable in there, and I felt safe, and it was a very good experience for me, and which means that's where I'll go to get my hair cut. But for sure, that's where I'll go to get my neck shaved. Right? Are you even listening to this conversation?
I am.
Okay. But what's the one thing that you did not anticipate?
Probably how long it took to build it out.
Yeah.
We definitely did not open when we wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that kind of probably hurt us quite a bit.
Yeah. So do you like being a business owner?
I do.
Yeah.
You know, people come in and they're like, "Oh, you're the owner?" I'm like, "I am." I love seeing that.
It's better than working for somebody, right?
Oh, it is, yes.
And even though you work hard, I mean, you're working, what, 10, 12-hour days right now? Yeah. You're working hard, and Caden's having to come in after school and do homework, and you're having to do the mom thing while you're doing the work thing and all that, but it's worth it, isn't it?
Oh, definitely.
What do you like when you get up in the morning? Well, let me put it this way. When you go to bed at night, what's the last thing you think about business-wise?
Oh, I probably don't think about business when I go to bed.
Yeah,
I think the thing I'm thinking about is making sure I get my kid up and get to school. Make sure he has everything together.
You know, you seem like a very good mom. Do you like being a mom?
I do. It can be a struggle sometimes, especially doing it by yourself, but I have my parents to help out a lot.
Yeah, yeah. So the anticipation, it took longer. You know, it always takes longer to open up. I don't know whether it's building a house or an apartment building or a business, it always takes longer because things get delayed and all that. So you get kind of anxious and all that. So the city of Lewisville, now obviously the city hall is right next to both of us, in the restaurant and the barbershop, but aren't they wonderful to work with?
You know, I've only gotten to talk to one guy. I've only had one person come in so far.
No kidding. Well, we're going to have to send the city over there.
I know. I sent them a whole bunch of coupons. They got to come in.
and They probably will. This the growth of Old Town, because you've lived here all your life, you grew up here. You saw Old Town. You've seen Old Town in many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like before the construction?
You know, I don't think I went down there a lot until they started doing a lot of the festivals.
Yeah.
And then, of course, a lot of them I didn't really get to do because I worked on Saturdays. So that was always hard to get down there.
In the hairstyling business and barbering business, is there one stylist that you say, that's my person, that has influenced you, or that you've watched, or you've gone to lectures by?
There was one lady that I worked with. It was probably my second year of cutting hair. I mean, I would say the first 3 or 4 years you're really learning because you don't really know that much when you get out of school. You know the basics.
Yeah.
I worked with her. It was my second shop I had worked at. And just watching her, she really knew what she was doing. So I watched her like a hawk the whole time. And then it was a franchise. So in those places, it's all about numbers, you know, selling product and making upsells. And after about a year and a half, I was doing about as much as she was. So
yeah,
she was probably a very big influence on me.
Yeah, yeah. So why, hairstyling, barbershops, barbershops have gotten a lot more popular in the last 20 years, and for good reason. But how would you inspire people to come to your shop? What's the appeal? What would you say, come to my shop because?
Great service.
It is great service. You're so pleasant, and it's great service, and you're a wonderful barber, and you take your time, and you just know what you're doing.
You know, I've never been told I had to take my time.
You know,
I'll get done with a haircut, and they're like, "Did you cut the top?" I'm like, "I did." There was just so much into the conversation.
Well, let me help you with that. I think people should come to your shop because you're very good, and you're very pleasant. You're easy to talk to. You do a great job. You can tell you've been doing it a long time, and I would think that people, no matter who they are, want to go to a shop and feel comfortable with a person who's been doing it a long time. I wish you all the luck in the world. I enjoyed my haircut. I'll be back in a week or so. I wish you all the luck in the world. Terry, let's go, buddy.